Now we're rolling. Damage Plan MMA podcast. I am Jason Laporte. As always, my co-host, Mr. Zack Partridge, is in the house on the right side this time too.
Yeah, you didn't screw it up.
It's the little things, Zack. It's the little things that matter.
That's right.
So we have a special guest on today that I'm really excited for. For one, we have local fights starting back up this weekend. Two, this next guest, Mr. Trent Miller, is on the SteelFist card on March 13th, which we haven't had SteelFist in, what are we, a year now? I think it was a year this weekend.
A year yesterday. I fought
a year yesterday.
I fought a year yesterday on the last SteelFist card.
We won't talk about that.
On the last one?
Yeah,
we won't talk about that.
That's cool.
We're not going to talk about that, Trent.
It's cool.
Anyways, everybody, welcome Mr. Trent Miller. Trent, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. And, I'm excited for this fight coming up. I really wish it would have happened in January, though. I was so ready. And then, 2 weeks before, getting rescheduled. That makes things difficult. But, it happens.
Could be worse.
Right now.
Could be worse. My last fight got rescheduled 48 hours before it was supposed to happen.
Oh, damn.
I was 2 pounds from making weight.
That's rough.
24 hours before weigh-in.
Already cut 90% of the water weight.
Yeah. No, man. So you've been active. You've been luckier than most. Your first and last fight was in Logan in October. So So how was that?
Man, it was great. It's been a long time coming. I've been training on and off for a long time now. Since I was 14 years old. I'm 25 now. I wanted to get my first amateur fight years ago. A few years back, I was training over at a different gym. I was training at Syndicate MMA in Vegas, and I tore my pec while I was training, and that set me back a little bit. And man, so it was really exciting to finally get in there, and it was almost underwhelming because it ended so quick.
Yeah, it was 21 seconds.
Yeah. I was like, damn, I didn't even get hit in the face.
What do you think you just caught him, or was it just somebody that you just had too much experience for, or what did you attribute that quick finish to?
From everything I heard about him going into it, which wasn't much because he was 0-2, but I knew he had a wrestling background like I do, and I expected a pretty hard fight. I kind of expected, since we were both wrestlers, it was going to end up being a stand-up brawl.
Sure.
And I don't know, the first exchange happened. I caught him. He kind of dropped and then tried to go in for a shot and left his neck open. So I just snatched up a standing guillotine. Wasn't really how I expected to win. I don't know how I expected to win, but
hey, you got to take it. Got to take it how you can get it.
Yeah.
You wrestlers, you always leaving your neck out there, man. That's guys that aren't wrestlers and jiu-jitsu guys. That's what we bank on. No. So, I mean, that's great. It's good experience. So now that you have a fight under your belt, you'll get another fight under your belt here in a couple of weeks. What's the goal? What's after this fight, win, lose, draw, whatever? We're trying to just get as active in as many fights as possible.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm trying to get as many fights as I can this year. After this, it looks like I'll probably be fighting in April for Fusion Fight League.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're up in Montana, correct?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
So they have a amateur tournament thing going on for older weight classes. So
really,
I'm going to be doing that. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
What weight class?
185.
There you go, Zack. You better watch out.
That sounds fun. That sounds fun.
So Trent, you and I have something in common. You've actually competed before and done a bodybuilding show.
Yeah, I did one. It's something that I wasn't as excited about as my first fight, to be honest. It was just something that I've had a lot of people tell me that I should do it, and I was like, what, I'll give it a try once. Maybe I will enjoy it. I don't know though. As much as I love lifting weights and all that kind of stuff too, it's not. It going up on stage and flexing for me isn't the same as a fight. It's not the same adrenaline rush. It's not. Yeah. So I did the one show. I got second in my category. Honestly, I had a lot of people tell me I should have got first, but you know.
Yeah, you're not a small guy. I saw your pictures online, and you're not a small guy. You actually looked great for your first show. I thought you looked great.
Thank you, man. I did that first show too without any trainer or anything. I just trained myself for it.
Wow, that is impressive. Then that is impressive. So do you have a background in nutrition?
I'm a personal trainer along with like the fighting, everything like that. So right now, I was doing in-person training a couple of years ago over at 24 Hour Fitness.
Yeah,
that wasn't the business at all. Oh my God, I started out at that gym because I thought they would feed me a lot of clients, but it ended up being like I had to get all my clients myself and then give them like 80% of whatever I was making anyways.
Yeah, it's a tough.
That doesn't seem good.
No. So right now I'm doing online personal training. So I started up my own brand back in like December.
Awesome.
And slowly building up the clientele now doing that. Hoping to start taking on some fighters in the near future and trying to, train them as far as their like nutrition and their weight training and stuff like that going into fights.
That's kind of I'm in the same situation where I'm trying to get more into helping fighters out because there's
a huge need.
It's a huge need for it. Huge need for it.
Yeah, I still think. I think nowadays it's more. I feel like the beginning of MMA, there was a lot of guys that were like really built, but probably because of prevalent PED use.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And nowadays everyone's a little deflated, and I feel like it's starting to make a comeback to like focus on like the athletic training along with the sport specific training. I mean, you see it in every other sport, football, basketball, like those athletes are lifting weights and doing plyometrics and doing everything else besides their sports specific drills.
That's awesome, man. So what's it like? So you were at Syndicate, now you're Extreme Couture, correct?
Yeah. I've been at Extreme since, coming up on almost 2 years now that I've been consistent at Extreme. And honestly, I've trained at a few different gyms over the years in Vegas from when I started, and Extreme's been my favorite.
That's awesome. So, everybody knows
the shirt right now.
Nice.
There you go.
Nice.
Gotta represent.
Do you ever get to train with like Francis Ngannou or anybody there?
Oh my God. The one time I trained with Francis was right when we reopened after COVID. It was my first day back and I was practicing with all the pros, and it was like my third or fourth round of sparring after I was like so dead. The first couple of months of like quarantine, I'm not going to lie, like I got really complacent and put on some fat and wasn't doing any cardio. And then I go straight in there, and then my third round of sparring him against Francis, and he had a fight like a few weeks before that, so he was still good and in shape and everything. He'd kick my ass anyways, but
let's not pretend.
Yeah. Not to mention I was also really dead when I sparred him too, so I really just got like manhandled. I'm not gonna lie, but
hey, at least you can say that you got to train with him.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. So do you like being the out of state guy coming up to Utah? Is that kind of fun for you?
I mean, it's cool. Like I said, my last fight was in Logan, which isn't really far from Salt Lake. It's like, damn, I'm just gonna be fighting in Utah every time. It's cool though. I kind of wish there was one in Vegas because I've had a lot of people telling me they want to come watch me fight, but not a lot of people want to drive like 7-8 hours.
Right.
And I understand it's hard to take off work and stuff. So I've just had like, for my last one, I had a few family members and my girlfriend drive up, and in this one, I'll probably have the same thing. So it's nice. Cool. I still got some, and I got a lot of people that are going to try to stream it and watch it too. So there's that at least. Yeah,
no, it'll be cool. Because that's where I've done all my fights there in Salt Lake at the Union Event Center, where you're fighting, and I'm telling you, venue wise, it's the best in Utah because it's kind of like it's a little bit smaller. It's not like the huge venue, and it's a little bit smaller, but like there's this upstairs where the fans are like looking down on the cage, and then everything's just in tight, and there's just an awesome energy in there, and you'll love it. You'll love it.
That's awesome.
It's going to be it'll be fun, and you're going to be on the first card back from the last year, so
dude, every place is gonna
be ready. There'll be a lot of hype behind it.
It's gonna be jumping.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. And I mean, I'm excited for your fight. Little open disclosure. Like I'll be in the corner of your opponent. He's one of my teammates.
Okay.
So he's one of my main training
I
partners.
heard that he was your teammate. I didn't know you were gonna be in the corner though.
I think yeah.
Trying to get some inside information.
No,
my game plan.
No, that's I try and keep it pretty generic and pretty chill. I'm like, so
yeah, what's your game plan? Are you going to try to take him down, Trent? Are you going to try to take him down?
That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, so my last fight, we had our opponent on. My last, like when I was going to fight the one that got rescheduled. We had him on the show, and I was like, so do we just want to like walk to the center and just like start punching each other or what? You know, it's like
it wasn't as entertaining as the guys that are fighting this weekend that we had on a couple weeks ago.
I watched that one last night. Actually,
how awesome was that?
That was pretty, and it got a little heated in there. Sure.
It did. So Trent, I got a question for you. As far as, and just because this kind of aligns with what I do too, as far as the personal training and stuff. How is training for getting ready for a bodybuilding show versus getting ready for a fight? Like what are some of the differences that you've experienced?
Yeah, I mean, as far as my like non like sports specific training, when I'm not doing like Muay Thai or jiu-jitsu or wrestling or whatever, I have to really pull back on the weightlifting compared to like a bodybuilding show per se, like where I'm lifting 5-6 days a week. Right now I'm doing like 2 to 3 and way less volume because there's no way I can just see the thing. When I tore my pec a few years ago, I was going balls to the wall on like the weight training and the MMA training, and my body just was like, nope, you can't keep that up. So I've kind of had to learn over the years to dial it back a little bit.
What happened there?
My bad.
Did you freeze on us, Zack?
My internet dropped.
Oh, I'm like, wait a minute.
Sorry.
Trent, you still there?
Yeah.
All right. Sorry about that.
Fine.
We lost
It's
Zack there
me.
for a second.
Okay. Do I need to repeat that or did you catch that?
Just the last, the last part. I think we missed.
Okay. I was just saying that like I realized my body pretty much told me I got to dial it back in the training when I had that neck injury a few years ago, and nowadays it's only a couple days a week of lifting, a lot less volume. Just trying to kind of maintain the strength I've built up over the years while focusing on more of my MMA specific training.
That's awesome.
So do you handle your own nutrition as far as weight? I don't know if you have to cut weight or anything, but do you handle your Demetrius? It must be CenturyLink. do you handle your nutrition for your fight as well? Or does your gym help you out with your nutrition, or are you handling that?
Yeah. I mean, I've handled my own nutrition as far as my weight cuts and everything like that for my last fight and for this one. My last one, when I started cutting weight, I was probably like 210, 215 when I cut down to 185. This time I've been around like 200 while I was cutting down. So it hasn't been that bad of a cut this time.
I found that's about the sweet spot for me when I fought at 185. If I'm starting at like that 200 range, makes it nice and easy.
Oh yeah, because that's only really like 3-4 pounds of fat and the rest water. So
yeah. Heck yeah, man. That's exciting, man. That's pretty cool that we very rarely have people on here that I have stuff in common with, because Zack's the fighter. I'm the bodybuilder guy. I do the bodybuilding shows. I like to train. I do like to train, but yeah, too old for getting in the cage.
Just one time, Jason. That's all we need. Just one.
Yeah, you got to do it once. What are they saying that movie Fight Club, right? How well do you know yourself till you've been in a fight?
That's right.
You know what? The more I've been training, it does kind of, it sticks in the back of your mind. Like, hey, I'm doing all this training. I wonder how I would handle it in a fight. If I really got hit. I'm like, I don't want to get hit. That's the problem. I don't want to get hit.
Yeah. I've been asked so many times, like by especially my family, my mom in particular, like why do you want to get hit in the face? It's like, it's not that I want to get hit in the face, but I'm okay with it if I can hit someone else in the face.
That's right.
Yeah.
My whole family, they don't really care that I fight.
Yeah.
They'd rather I didn't, but they're like, yeah, everybody, why do you want to get hit in the face? Because I get to hit people in the face, and that's a fair trade to me.
I think once you're in it though, and you're training, you kind of want to see what you can do. It's
definitely.
So you still have plans then? You already answered this question. You still have plans after this fight? You got another fight scheduled coming up after that? Trying to keep active?
Yeah, man. I would love to keep going, get a few more fights this year, and hopefully within the next year or two, make that jump to the pro level.
Like, I'll take that all day.
Zack's cutting out on us again. His computer sucks. So Trent, do you have any sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
Man, I am currently not sponsored, but I have a few that are like in talks right now. Okay. So no shout outs at the moment, but I'm sure if I hop on here again in the future, I'll have a few for you.
How about you? How do people get a hold of you for personal training?
For personal,
I've seen some of your results on there. I did a little research on you, and hey, you're producing results. I've seen your work, so
thank you.
Shout out your personal training stuff.
Yeah. So if you check me out on Instagram, is where I do most of my like posting about my training. So that would be Trent Miller _ F, the number 4, YF. So that stands for Fight for Your Fitness, which is the name of the brand that I made.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Thank you. And yeah, man, it's an up and coming business. But my few clients I have so far, I have like 6 clients right now. They've been loving it, blowing it up on their social media, trying to tell everybody about it. So
yeah,
it's been going well.
Congrats, man. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Are you doing nutrition and workouts for your clients?
Yeah. So it's nutrition, workouts, and accountability. The way I do it too is all through an app. So they have all of it on one thing. Like I feel like a lot of online trainers kind of do like a PDF or an Excel sheet or something.
Yeah.
There's not really. It's kind of hard to keep someone accountable that way too. But the way I do it on the app, like they're putting in all their nutrition right there. I can see everything they're eating every day. I can see what macros they're consuming. I can see how many reps of whatever weight they did for their workouts. They have videos of how to do every exercise. So it's really thorough. It breaks it down for them. And it's really easy for me to be on their ass when they aren't on top of it,
Is it my PT Hub? Is that what you're using?
No. It's called Trainerize.
Trainerize, yeah, I've heard. I use my PT Hub. It's similar, very similar.
I looked into that one too when I was starting everything up. I tried out a couple different ones and like checked out their interface before I decided on one.
Nice. Well, man, I appreciate you taking the time to come on and dude, we're stoked to have you come up here to Utah and represent Vegas and come enjoy some fights.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me on, man. I appreciate it. I'm excited.
You'll be seeing Zack up and close in person.
Dude, it's so cool.
It's all good though.
I'm just gonna tell you, the guy that you're fighting, nicest kid, super cool. Like you guys will have I didn't get to watch much of your fight, but I saw a few seconds and it's like I think it'll be a really good fight, and I think it's going to be a good test for both of you. And I'm super excited for both of you, and I'm excited for fighters to be able to get back and hopefully get doing this regularly. And you guys do your thing, from bell to bell, and then after, like, we can all chill after and see what's up. Because you'll like it. You'll love coming up and fighting for SteelFist for sure.
Definitely, man. I love to hear that. I'm excited.
Cool.
Right on, man. All right, Trent, we'll let you get out of here. Appreciate you taking the time to join us today.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me on.
We out.
See ya.